What's up, baddies, and welcome back to the Blitz Babes. It's Aaron.
And I'm Sarah. And week 10 is done, which means we are officially over halfway through the regular season. We've got a lot to say, so let's get right into our opening segment, this week's Slays and Nays.
I just want to say that nobody slayed.
Nobody slayed this week.
Everyone was wearing their regular uniforms. The Broncos wore their throwbacks, but they've already worn them, and we've already shouted them out. So, boo. Yeah, no slay.
Boo.
I think that they, did look good, but they already wore it, so.
Right. Yeah. I need something new. And nothing really stood out to me that was like, wow, they really ate that up. So, unfortunately, they're going to have to step it up because someone needs to slay.
Every week, someone needs to slay.
Yeah, nobody really slayed. Well, okay. I have one slay, and it's nothing new. It's just that now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've mentioned it on the pod.
Are you gonna say Carrie Underwood's Thursday night football anthem?
No.
Oh.
No. It's a CeeDee Lamb. He has like the colorful bands on the bottom, like of his hair.
Oh, yes. I'm actually gonna do that to Alphonse.
Oh my god, you should. I really like the pop of color. I think it's very slay. So
I'm gonna do.
But the Cowboys didn't even play this week, so it doesn't even really count. But I guess
Yeah.
to have something. So more of the story is nobody ate.
Not this week, but yeah, I do
Not
like
this
those because we saw it on the field, and I was like, "Do you want that? Do you want that next time?" So
Yeah.
that's gonna be fun. I'll send you a picture.
Bet.
For my nay, my only nay, or our only nay, Chargers versus Steelers. They were both wearing yellow, and it looked like the same yellow. Maybe those Steelers had slightly more orange in their yellow, but it was basically the same color. And then there
Right.
was that one Charger. He's like a lineman. Don't know his name, so sorry. Forgot his number because he had his jersey as like a crop top, but he was wearing the same color yellow t-shirt, so he just looked like a minion out there.
Minion.
Yeah, minion. Because like, you know how they were like the blue overall?
Oh yeah.
Minion.
He was under Chargers.
And he was like, he's a lineman, so he's a big boy, so he's definitely
Right.
round.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't love that both of them were wearing yellow pants.
Me
Like,
either.
someone's
Like,
gotta be different. Come on.
I liked I like the Chargers blue and white pants.
Right.
Like, just wear white. But real quick, if you're enjoying today's show, let us know.
Hit the like and subscribe button right now. And for this week's comment, what would your walkout song be?
This is such a great answer. I have two, okay, that I just thought about. My serious one, quote unquote serious, would be Gangsta's Paradise,
Okay.
by Coolio. And then my second one is my silly is Temperature by Sean Paul.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I'd probably do the Temperature more often
Right.
than the Gangsta's Paradise.
I think any Sean Paul song like gets the crowd turned.
Hell yeah. What about you?
Mine, it'd just be Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. I feel like that intro, you already know what the fuck is going down.
Yeah.
You already know the baddies are rolling on the field.
You already know. You already know the Hello Kitties are on the field.
Yeah, you already know the Hello Kitties are about to be coming on the field. Like, you already know what's going on.
You already know. You're going to get your shit wrecked by Hello Kitties.
With the cat ears on the helmet.
Yes. Period. Comment your answer down below. Now, let's get into some serious stuff with the injury report. The least favorite segment of all. But as a disclaimer, this is not a comprehensive list of every single injury that happened last week or weeks prior or who's out, whatnot. We just cover some of the more notable ones that happened during the week. If we miss someone that's going to sink your team, your fantasy, let us know in the comments down below. Now, I will have to say, there was a lot of concussions last week. But the first one is Dalton Kincaid. He was ruled out, had a hamstring injury. He was ruled out in the second half. Terrion Arnold was ruled out after a concussion. Devontae Adams had an oblique injury. Jackson Dart was ruled out with a concussion, and he lost a tooth.
Damn.
Garrett
Double
Wilson.
homicide.
Garrett Wilson hurt his knee and was ruled out. And Darius Slay was also ruled out with a concussion.
Wow. Lots of concussions this week. You were right.
Yes, lots of them.
All right, now for the juicy stuff. Gather around and get your mugs ready because this is tea time.
Rubs hands like Birdman.
Like Birdman? Like the fly on your food? Sorry.
Yes.
All right, so first up, we have the Giants firing head coach Brian Daboll. Ugh. So the New York Giants fired their 2022 NFL Coach of the Year, Brian Daboll, after a miserable 2-8 start and a devastating Week 10 loss to the Bears. This was the second time this season that Giants had lost a game while leading by at least 10 points in the final 4 minutes. This radical move opens up the first major coaching search of the season. Womp womp.
Yeah, that's crazy.
F's in the chat for Brian Daboll.
I feel like we all saw it coming.
Yeah.
We all saw it coming.
More coaching news. Our
I'm like, more?
Our second and final tea time for this week is Matt LaFleur's job security is suddenly in question.
Yikes.
I know, right? The Packers offense struggled again in their Monday night loss, leading to serious talk about head coach Matt LaFleur's job security. LaFleur was directly asked about his job in the post-game press conference. He only has 1 year left on his contract after this season. And new team president Ed Policy has not extended him, fueling rumors that the GM is being evaluated by a new boss. It's giving get your shit together by the end of this season or you're out of here.
Yeah, I mean, first you lost bad to the Panthers. You got BTA by the Panthers.
Bad. Right.
And then yesterday you struggled, or not yesterday, excuse me, Monday you struggled so bad against the Eagles. And I understand, whatever, Eagles fans will say they're the Eagles, right? But I know everybody knew in their hearts that was supposed to be a great matchup, not a defensive ass game. I was looking for a shootout.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. We'll just have to wait and see if he can save his job. I feel like the person that is not on this list, and maybe it's because they just had the week of their fucking life, is the Dolphins coach. I really feel like
Mike McDaniels.
Mike McDaniels is fighting for his job every week.
Well, he is.
Yeah.
At least he's actually fighting. I don't know what these other people are doing.
Yeah. They're out of here though. Rip.
Put the F's in the chat. Well, it's new segment alert.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Welcome to the playoff picture. The playoff race is heating up. Now let's take a quick look at where things stand right now. This is as if the playoffs started tomorrow. That's what we're looking at.
That is right. The landscape is clearer now. Some teams are making statements. Some are scrambling, and we're going to break down what the current seeds look like, who to watch out for, and which teams have to hustle from here.
Starting with the AFC, the race for the top seed is incredibly tight. We have the Colts, who are 8-2, leading the way. They are matched by the Broncos, also 8-2, and the Patriots, also 8-2.
Wow.
Yeah, all three are looking like major contenders. Right below them, we have the current divisional leaders, which include the Steelers. They're currently 5-4. They're first in the AFC North. For some wild card spots, potentially. We have the Chargers, who are 7-3, and Bills, who are 6-3. They're currently holding strong, with the Jaguars being 5-4, barely holding on to the final spot. So these next few games, we'll see.
We'll see. And moving over to the NFC, the top of the conference is led by the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 7-2, and the Seattle Seahawks, who are also 7-2. The Detroit Lions, who are 6-3, now lead the NFC North, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 6-3, are ahead in the NFC South. The wild card battle is intense. The Los Angeles Rams, who are 7-2, are securely slotted in as the top wild card, and the Chicago Bears, who are 6-3, are fighting neck and neck with the Green Bay Packers, who are 5-3 and one tie, for those final spots, with the 49ers, who are 6-4, right on their heels. So it's very close over here in the NFC. Also worth watching is the strength of the schedule. So head-to-head tiebreakers and division records, those will matter when the season wraps. A team can't just pile up wins. They'll need the right wins.
That's true. Bottom line is, we're heading into that stretch where every divisional game matters. These next few weeks will separate the real contenders from the teams just holding on.
So we'll throw it to you guys. If the playoffs started today, who's your dark horse pick to make a run? Drop it in the comments, and we'll read a few next episode.
Now let's turn our attention to those teams who have actually proven themselves. It's time for the Glow Up of the Week.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Who do you have?
I'm so glad you asked. My glow up of the week has to be the Houston Texans. They were without CJ Stroud due to a concussion, and they were down 19-10 early in the fourth quarter. But they somehow pulled off a comeback win to beat the Jags 36-29. The Jaguars were 53-0 in franchise history when leading by 19 points. Until Sunday, Davis Mills stepped in and had a forgettable first three quarters, but he absolutely locked in when it mattered. He threw 2 touchdowns in the final quarter and scrambled 14 yards for the go-ahead score with 31 seconds left. However, the true glow-up of this week was the Houston Texans defense, especially in the fourth quarter. They allowed the Jags just 11 total yards in the final period. And we have to talk about Danielle Hunter, who just won AFC Defensive Player of the Week. He had a career-high tying 3.5 sacks and a forced fumble. He and Will Anderson Jr. were relentless, sacking Trevor Lawrence 5 times, including the strip sack that led to the game-sealing defensive touchdown by Sheldon Rankins. The Texans' offense racked up 167 yards in the fourth quarter to the Jags' 11 yards. Nico Collins had 136 receiving yards and secured the 2-point conversion, and they went from an absolute hole to their second largest comeback in franchise history. This win proves that the Texans have the heart and the defense to win even without their starting quarterback, and because of that, they are my glow up of the week.
Period. Very well said. It's so crazy. I was actually going to go to this game because the tickets were so cheap.
Yes.
But then I was like, I don't want to. I was like, oh, CJ's not playing anyways, and they're playing the Jags. All I was like, all these factors. And then when I started watching the game, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't go. And then I kept watching, and I was like, dang, I wish I would have gone.
I know. I mean, who
You can't
could have
predict
predicted that? Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
Wow,
And I wonder if like people did leave, when like some people
I'm
leave
sure
during
they did.
halftime.
Right.
I wonder if they were probably like pissed off.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they did. I mean, even watching on the TV, you could see the stands.
Yeah,
a lot of people did leave.
that's true.
So that was really tea. I mean, girl, I wish you could have seen me in the last 5 minutes of the game. I'm standing 1 foot away from the TV. I'm like this, and then And the very last play, when they scored the defensive touchdown to like seal the game in the final seconds, I fell to my knees. I fell to
That
my knees. I'm crying.
That's
Just
so
kidding.
funny that you said that. You can actually see our live reactions. I put a post on YouTube and Instagram. Go ahead and follow our Instagram at the Blitz Babes Pod for reels, live updates, and funny memes.
Oh yeah. Anyways, though, let me know what was your glow up of the week this week.
Despite the fact that I thought they were going to lose and I put in the Browns defense on my fantasy, hoping I'd gain some points.
Right, right.
The Jets are my glow up of the week. They went into week 10 facing a tough situation. They turned things around in a big way with a 27-20 win over the Browns. They were coming off a rough run, but this game showed grit, opportunism, and a real spark. First off, the special team. Wow. The Jets scored on a 99-yard kickoff return by Kene Wangu and a 74-yard punt return by Isaiah Williams in the same game. That's franchise history.
Period.
Those explosive plays flipped momentum early and set the tone. And they really did pop their pussies out there. Like, what the fuck? Then the defense. They brought pressure, got 6 sacks. Particularly, Will McDonald IV tied a franchise mark with 4 sacks himself. That's the kind of effort needed when the offense is still fighting its footing. And offensively, speaking of, the game still had rough patches, but the Jets leaned into what works. Brees Hall delivered a 42-yard touchdown screen in the fourth quarter that broke the tie and gave them the lead for good. They found a way to win even when the passing game wasn't humming. And I think that this win shows that the Jets can fight, punch above their record, and put together the 3 phases of football when it matters. They improved their record to 2-7 and got 2 straight wins for the first time this season. In short, the Jets went from written off to, hey, watch out this week. And I think that they earned their glow up. How they'll do the rest of the
Period.
season, I'm not sure. But last week, popped off.
You know, the only reason that happened is because you started the defense that they were playing against in fantasy.
Yeah. And maybe Sauce was the problem. Maybe. And I really did feel like that was going to happen. But I was like, you know what? Let me change my strategy and see.
No, the funniest part too about that though is that I started the Bills defense. And then the Dolphins decided to become a Super Bowl team and destroy, absolutely fucking annihilate the Bills. What the fuck? Albert said this to me, I think last week, and I've been thinking about it a lot. He was saying that like these teams are so bad that like they really are like fighting for their job, like the quarterbacks and the coaches and stuff. So every game that they're going into, they're playing that shit like it's the Super Bowl. And I'm like, damn, you might be onto something because
Playing it like it's their last.
yes, literally. So I don't know. But
They're like, I don't know if I ever play football again after this game. I might as
yeah,
well.
yeah, literally they play every game to their like fullest extent. But we showed love to the teams who glowed up. Now it's time to talk about the ones who absolutely fumbled the bag. Take us into your fumble of the week.
Well, you know how you said you started the Bills defense?
Yeah,
Yeah, my fumble of the week is the Bills.
they have to be, man. They have to be. If they weren't your fumble of the week, they were gonna be my fumble of the week. Because what the hell are you talking about?
Because how on earth, on this beautiful green earth, do you lose to the Miami Dolphins like that?
As the Bills.
They were fame favored, riding momentum after the statement win over the Chiefs, and they somehow managed to implode. Josh Allen looked completely lost. It was as if the 2 quarterbacks switched like Freaky Friday.
Not freaking Friday. No, because that's so true. That's like the perfect like metaphor you could have used.
It was as if they switched bodies and just went on the game.
Crazy.
Two ugly interceptions. One of them straight into a linebacker's hands, like he didn't even see him right there, or as if he was intentionally throwing it to him.
Right.
It's one thing to be aggressive. It's another to gift wrap points up and send it to the other team.
Right.
Then again,
Right.
the defense. They made Tua look like prime Marino. Every drive, Miami was hitting chunk plays. Jalen Waddle and Devon Achane were wide open for half the game. How do you lose them that often?
Crazy.
And don't even get me started on the clock management. The Bills had a chance late, but the play calling, was all over the place. No rhythm, no urgency, just confusion. It felt like deja vu from their past heartbreak losses. This was supposed to be the game that reestablished the Bills as a top AFC contender. Instead, it just exposed their inconsistency all over again. They went from maybe they're turning the corner to, oh, it's those Bills again. You can't be a serious playoff team and let the Dolphins, who were sliding themselves, walk all over you like that. That's why the Bills are my fumble of the week, because sometimes the only thing they manage to execute perfectly is letting a winnable game slip through their hands.
That is so real. That is so real. I literally couldn't have said it better myself. That was perfect.
Like, it was literally Freaky Friday 3 out there.
Yeah, it was so diabolical. It was so unfathomably diabolical.
I was pissed off. I was watching the game. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, and actually, and I failed to mention this, but I'm glad I remembered. In the first, not even second, the game hadn't even started. There was a false start, and the Dolphins used a timeout. And there was still 15 minutes on the clock in the first quarter, and you still lost.
Bitch, we just got here.
And you still lost. Like,
insane. Absolutely insane. That's so crazy.
And another thing. Sorry, I keep remembering things that I didn't write down. The Dolphins won the coin toss and chose to receive the ball first, which is like the opposite of usually what you do, you know?
Right. Wow.
But I mean, it worked out for them.
I can't even begin to come up with an explanation that would justify this atrocious performance from the Bills.
Like, you had the ball again at half to catch up. Not that you should have even needed that, but you had the ball at half, to help you. And then you still fumbled the bag. They made me need a cigarette, and I don't even smoke. It was literally me.
I was going to say this because I forgot, but the Bills were playing so bad, and the Texans were playing so bad before they got their shit together that we literally were texting each other, and we were like, bruh, if the Lions lose, just cancel the Blitz Babes episode this week. I can't take it. What are we going to talk about? There's just nothing to talk about. This is so awful, embarrassing. We almost didn't have a Blitz Babes episode this week, but thank God the Lions, remembered who they were, and that the Texans had a miraculous, rediscovery within. So that's why we're here today.
Yup. Back as if you never knew we were gonna leave.
We almost rage quit the fucking podcast after this week. It was so bad.
I've been sorry guys, a lot came up this week. We need a bye.
Blitz Babes bye week. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that was my rant. What about you?
Oh man. So, my fumble of the week is the Pittsburgh Steelers, who got trounced 25-10 by the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Mike Tomlin even said himself, "We stunk it up tonight." And he's not wrong. This was a disaster of historic proportions. It was a complete organizational failure. They became the first NFL team in half a century, since 1975, to have this list of failures in the same game. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Allow a safety.
Okay.
Miss a field goal.
Okay.
Have a -3 or worse turnover margin. They had 2 interceptions and a lost fumble.
Great.
Have under 75 rushing yards.
Okay.
And have under 150 net passing yards.
I almost ran out of fingers.
Isn't that just the craziest shit you've ever witnessed? Rodgers was the biggest fumble of the night. He was 41 years old and played like it. And it showed. He finished with a season worst 50.6 passer rating and threw 2 back-breaking interceptions, one of which tipped off his own wide receiver's hands. And the third down performance was laughable. The Steelers were 0 for 9 on third down before their lone touchdown drive in the late fourth quarter. They had the ball for only 22 minutes and 25 seconds. The defense was left on the field all night because the offense just could not move the chains. And guess what?
What?
They're the first place team in the AFC North right now. You're the first place team in the AFC North and you deliver the most statistically inept performance in 50 years? Crazy. On all sides of the ball. Ish. No rushing yards, no passing yards, worst quarterback rating, 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, a lost fumble, missed a field goal, allowed a safety. Like, every aspect of this game was ass. So, in conclusion, the Steelers are my undisputed fumble of the week. Some of the worst ball I have witnessed since I started watching football.
Speechless.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
I don't know, man.
It was bad. It was bad.
He turns 42 on December 2nd.
Yeah, I could tell. After this game, it shows. It showed. It was so diabolical.
I really don't even know why he's still playing. You think he's gonna play next year?
Ah, girl, I hope not. I'm sick of seeing him on my screen.
I'm tired of like people picking him up. Like, can you just let him be?
Let him rest. Free Aaron Rodgers from the shackles of the NFL. Like, please, for his own sake.
Him and Tua.
Him and Tua and Justin Fields. Sorry, I have to throw him in there. I had to. Not Justin Fields catching strays. Oh man, no. But yeah, that was my just bad all around.
Yeah, that's horrible. But anyways, let's get into some more of the notable games. No more fumbles, right?
No more fumbles.
First, let's talk about a game none of us watched because it was in a different country. Falcons versus Colts, 25-31. Colts running back Jonathan Taylor was unstoppable, rushing for a massive 244 yards, scoring 3 touchdowns, including an 83-yard run. That was the longest of the season. And he also scored the game-winning 8-yard touchdown in overtime.
I got this from seeing how many points he had on fantasy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was absolutely insane.
Like 50 million?
Yeah, it was like 50, I think. It was really crazy. But yeah, crazy performance from Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. The Falcons defense recorded 7 sacks, the most in a single game since 2018. But the offense struggled with consistency, going 0 for 8 on third down and committing 2 turnovers. The Falcons took a 25-22 late lead in the fourth quarter on Tyler Algier touchdown run, but the Colts tied the game with the 44-yard field goal from Michael Badgley with just 25 seconds left, forcing overtime. In overtime, the Falcons won the toss but failed to score, allowing Taylor to seal the win. That's what they get for getting rid of Koo.
I know, right? That's what they get because Yoho would not have missed that
at all.
Period. I was really sad whenever the Falcons let him go, but
me too.
Then I was happy though whenever I learned that now he's back in his hometown or whatever. So
I'll see him with Winston.
With James. Oh my goodness. But yeah, this week was really crazy. The other thing too that I wanted to bring up too is we were talking about Jonathan Taylor MVP potential. Man, after this game, if you didn't think he was in the conversation, which you definitely should have thought he was in the conversation before, like he's making it known that he's in the conversation because this is really insane. Like this is a
He's
crazy
been
performance.
popping off.
We said this in one of the episodes that think that Jonathan Taylor has a better chance of winning MVP than Saquon Barkley did last season. And I
Yeah.
was like, that's kind of a hot take, but I don't think that's a hot take anymore. I think after this game, like he definitely proved that he is a strong candidate for MVP. I would love to see running back win MVP. So hopefully he continues his otherworldly performance so that he can get MVP.
And if he does keep doing well, he should reject being on the Madden cover.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that he should not be on the Madden cover. I think that curse is real. I mean, just look at it. Like,
yeah, I'm starting to believe in it too.
it's pretty bad.
They're not beating the allegations.
No, at all.
But we could get into the Patriots versus Bucks game. Patriots were 28 to Bucks 23.
Speaking of another MVP candidate,
Oh man, I don't know anymore. I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
that's what. Oh, I'm talking about Drake May.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, because we were talking about that other episode where we were saying that Baker Mayfield was in the conversation. No, yeah. Drake May definitely has been proving himself. But yes, speaking of, the New England Patriots secured a hard-fought 28-23 road victory by scoring on 3 plays of 55 yards or more, including a 72-yard touchdown reception by Kyle Williams and scoring runs of 55 and 69 yards by running back Trayvon Henderson. Tampa Bay kept the game close behind Baker Mayfield's 273 passing yards and 3 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. But their late comeback efforts failed after an unsuccessful 4th down attempt near the 2-minute warning. Henderson carried the Patriots' ground game, finishing with 147 rushing yards and 2 scores on just 14 carries, while the Bucs defense only registered 1 interception. The win gave the Patriots their 7th straight victory and improved their road record to a perfect 5-0.
Yeah, and then they were shouting MVP to him.
Really? Damn.
Mm-hmm. Which was kind of sad because, like, they were doing that to Baker.
I was about to say that they were just doing that to Baker.
And
Man,
now they're...
How the people flop. How people flip-flop. So sad.
How the tables turn. How the turntables.
Oh, how the turntables. That's so real.
And it's kind of also fucked up to be chanting MVP when you're not even at home.
I was just about to say that. That's so diabolical. Damn.
But,
well, and it's not even like Baker didn't have a good game. Like, I mean, he had 273 passing yards and 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. But, I mean, a loss is a loss. He couldn't complete when they needed it most, I guess. But, yeah, Drake May has really been kind of like I didn't think he was going to perform as well as he did. I would say he's been a surprise.
He's like baby Brady out there.
Hey. Some might even go as far as to say that. Not me.
Me either, but that's what I saw people say. He might end up on the cover of Madden.
Hey, you never know with the way they've been playing.
I guess we'll never know. Alrighty, let's get into the Giants versus Bears. They were 20-24. The Chicago Bears staged a dramatic 4th quarter comeback, scoring 14 unanswered points to turn a 20-10 deficit into a thrilling 24-20 victory over the New York Giants. Jackson Dart played a heroic 3 quarters, becoming the first quarterback in NFL history with a rushing touchdown in 5 consecutive games. He exited the game with a concussion after a fumble, but not before recording 2 rushing touchdowns and 66 rushing yards, which, by the way, he has, I think, 7 or 8 for the season, and I think only 4 people have more than him.
Wow. That's
which is
insane.
crazy.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams took over the game late, leading 2 straight touchdown drives by accounting for 130 total yards on those possessions alone. He threw for a 2-yard touchdown pass to Rome Odunze to cut the lead to 3, then sealed the victory with a scrambling 17-yard touchdown run with just a minute 47 left in the game. The Giants failed to complete a pass on 4th down on their final possession, securing their 4th straight loss and leading to the immediate abolishment of Brian DeBall.
Damn.
They exonerated his ass.
They banished him from the realm. That's tough.
Oh, yeah. I think banish is the word I meant to say, but whatever. I think they all mean the same shit.
Yeah, that's a really tough loss.
Yeah, and a tough loss. Like as far like they lost Scadaboo, they lost Dart, and honestly, both of those players really aggressive. I felt like they were playing so dynamically. I'm really wanted to see them play throughout the rest of the season. I think that they had so much potential.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I'm really happy they're not starting Russell Wilson.
Oh yeah, me too. Girl, you know me. I love me some Jameis Winston. I want to see him in every game.
Somebody jump off sides. Damn.
Absolutely love Jameis Winston. I think once Jameis Winston gets out of the NFL, like once he retires, I want him as a commentator expeditiously. Get Tom Brady out of here. I want Jameis Winston.
He could take Tony Romo's spot too. I don't care. Like he can have both of those slots.
Just give Jameis Winston a microphone. I want him on my TV.
I love him. He's so funny.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see Jameis on the field. We can go ahead and get into some quick shoutouts. I think we only have a few. Raiders versus Broncos, 7-10. The Broncos' ferocious defense carried them to a chaotic win, holding the Raiders scoreless over the final 48 minutes and forcing a turnover on downs and an interception. The Raiders ultimately beat themselves, losing after kicker Daniel Carlson missed a 48-yard field goal in the final minutes that would have tied the game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess a win is a win for them, right?
Right.
It does keep. They are 8-2. I really want them to beat the Chiefs next week.
Oh yeah, me too.
So I'm not gonna talk too much shit because I don't want to put any bad juju in the air because I do really want them to beat the Chiefs. I know they have to play them twice before the season's up, but they just need to win one of those. I think that'll be good. And then everybody else in their division, the Raiders and Chargers both need to win. Like we just need to put the Chiefs lower. They need to be last or second. Yeah. Third, I mean. Like they need to be third or fourth in their division. So
that's good enough for me.
But the Chargers have been doing good.
Yeah.
Chargers have been doing good.
Believer.
Justin Herb believer. Yes, and we got a believer over here. So we'll see. I don't want to see them in the playoffs at all.
No, me neither. I don't want to see them at all.
I don't want them.
Talk about your Lions, girl.
Oh, my little lion babies. Lions versus Commanders. They were 44-22. They put on an offensive clinic with Jahmyr Gibbs scoring 3 touchdowns and the offense scoring on every first team possession in a decisive win. The Commanders, playing without their injured quarterback, suffered their 5th straight loss and their 4th straight by over 21 points. The Lions did not come to play, although
they did not show any mercy.
Did you see that one I forgot who it was, but they did a backflip in the end zone and then not literally broke the ankle, but they broke the ankle.
Oh no, I didn't see that. Maybe I did, but I don't remember. I don't think so though.
Alphonse did bring up a good point that some their celebrations be extra.
Oh yeah,
which I get it.
That's
they are
good. Team building.
Good team building, good team energy. But I do get it. But I feel like it kind of bites them in the ass whenever they're down bad because it's oh, you were doing all that, blah blah blah. You know?
Yeah.
They did not have to do a front flip into this. So.
Right.
But I'd rather see J-Mo do that than fight people on the field and get ejected.
Right.
Or flags or whatever. Yeah. Which, speaking of which, isn't that the game that Yeah, somebody on the Commanders got ejected because they just punched the shit out of Amon-Ra.
Yes, I remember that.
Again, I'm just happy it wasn't J-Mo.
Yeah.
Cause
Or Brian Bresh.
yeah, both of those two hotheads, like they're
Hotheads.
notorious for that shit. But
Oh yeah. Well, lastly, we have our Eagles
snooze
versus
fest.
Packers. Yeah, snooze. Boring. Boring. It was Eagles versus Packers, 10-7. The Eagles won a defensive battle on Monday Night Football, holding the Packers to just 7 points, but the entire game was defined by one single explosive play. Saquon Barkley's 41-yard catch and run, immediately followed by Devontae Smith's 36-yard touchdown catch in the fourth quarter, put the Eagles up 10-0. And essentially won the game because literally nothing happened after that. That was like, it was just a snooze fest.
AJ Brown said that if you have him in your fantasy, take him out.
Every single time that they throw the ball to someone who is not AJ Brown, I'm always like, oh my god, no, he's so pissed. I know we're about to fucking hear about this shit later.
I mean, he should have been.
They really don't throw him the ball though.
He should have been sitting on the sideline reading that damn book. Yes. I don't know why he stopped.
The ball was he had like a touchdown pass, but he didn't catch it. So maybe he should have got it. Maybe you should have got the ball.
If you catch the ball, then you can catch more balls. I don't know.
Right.
You get more touches.
Right.
Who's gonna throw the ball to somebody who doesn't catch the ball?
Also, they're just a very like run heavy offense.
They're very quarterback sneak heavy.
They're very tush push heavy, like
you just don't come into play, AJ.
Right.
Well, that's our week 10 wrap. Coaching jobs lost, Super Bowl contenders getting stunned. This was truly a week of mayhem.
Absolutely unforgettable. Thanks for watching, everyone. Subscribe now and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our take on week 11. Also, hit the comments and tell us the biggest grade A flop of the weekend, along with your walkout song. Don't forget.
And we'll catch you next week for more drama, more unexpected results, and more in-depth NFL discussions.
Period. Bye.